I'm going to do a full AFB check on this hive. So let's see what's going on. Obviously a working smoker would be an absolute bonus. Alright, we're going to do an AFB check on this hive to make sure that going into our new spring season here in Aotearoa, just making sure that my bees are happy and healthy and AFB disease free. I think this is actually only a single box, because I'm pretty sure we just have a, so this is just a spare box on the top. We obviously condensed it down for winter. They might need that box now, but I'm not sure. Alright. Oh, here we go. So if this was a 2-box hive, I would always start down at the bottom box anyway, because you have to shake the bees off the comb. So there's no point shaking all your bees twice, you know what I mean, if you started at the top. That's a bit silly. So we're just going to quietly, we've just got some frames stuck. There we go. Oh, hello, bees. Alright, well, they look pretty good. Nice and scented. Not 100% out to the edge yet, so I don't want to put that top box on yet, but that's another day decision, so that's right. Alright, starting from the outside, just making myself some room. It's a very old, gross outside frame, that's fine, no brood. Now I'm going to move through and I'm going to check every single frame for brood, and then every brood frame gets a thorough check of all of the cappings. That is honey and some lovely new nectar coming in, which is good. The bees themselves look good. I mean, that's not really the way you check for AFB overall, but I'm just saying. They look like good little bees. Alright, moving systematically through. Each frame gets a check. There we go, so there's a little bit of brood on this frame, plus lots of open nectar, so no one's hungry. But because I can't see it properly, I need to shake the bees off a little smidge so I can see that brood properly. So what I'm checking for is anything that's abnormal. So our normal capped brood, some of the words we use to describe it are paper-like, so quite a light paperish kind of fibrous look to it. We want it to be a little bit puffy, so a little bit convex, a little bit puffy. I want it to be all the same colour. Now brood, don't get me wrong, brood does change colour over time, but because the bees are sort of walking on it as it gets older, it's a progressive change. So it can sometimes go from lighter in the middle to darker on the outside, but that's like a gradual change. It's more, I don't want to see a few speckled dark ones in between some really nice bright ones, you know what I mean? Like I want them all in the same area to be the same colour. There's lots of brood on here, but I can't exactly see it through all of those bees. So we'll give this one a shake. I was just seeing if the queenie was on there for fun. Even if she was. See, when I shake them, I'm not banging anything. Okay, no one's getting disturbed, so now I can see all the brood on here. So I'm checking for anything that's basically, like I say, anything that's abnormal. So anything that has the top, if it was convex, or if it's sunken, if it's got any strange colourings. One of the main ones is if it's the capping on the top has been chewed. So sometimes that shows that the bees know that something is not right underneath there. So right now I have a little matchstick in my hand and I'm flicking over anything that is abnormal, anything that's the wrong colour, it's got any chewed holes in it, anything that looks not normal. Greasy is another word we use. We don't want any greasy cells. And again, the opposite of that, like that's what I was trying to describe, the paper-like, the nice light fibrousy paper-like colour. We don't want anything that's greasy. Oops, that one had a little chewed capping and I thought it was a chew, but actually it was a little bee coming out. So sometimes the little chewed cappings, obviously sometimes they're just bees coming out, and that's fine. Just that's why we carefully, when we do take the tops off, we just carefully do it so we don't disturb anyone underneath. So when I'm opening these tops, if I did find anything that was you know, a chewed capping or a sunken or a greasy, I take the top off and then I assess immediately what's underneath there. So if it's a larvae or an early stage pupae, it needs to be white. So as soon as I take that top off and I saw that any of them were nice and bright and white, that's it, they're a pass. I just keep going. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no need to continue on. Just as a side note, I've just spotted capped queen cells in this hive. So that's some very early swarming that these guys are thinking about, but I will deal with that after I have done my AFB check. So one of those things that we sort of need to remember is that when you are doing an AFB check, it's very important to sort of only think about AFB. I know that sounds weird, but you don't want to be distracted by all the other things that you can see in a beehive, because if you miss one cell of AFB, that's it, it's all over. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've really got to concentrate just on checking all your AFB. If that's what you're doing, if that's your daily job, then that's it. Oh, fucking crazy.